Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Lamb. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at Mila. Welcome, bienvenue, and willkommen. We understand many of you are at home, safe with your families, in these very unique times that we're all facing. We encourage you to stay home. Nonetheless, you, our customers, have actually reached out to us, asking for more information, whether it's about products you own, the services that we're offering right now, or many of you are actually interested in buying some of our products and have questions before you buy. So we're really excited to be here with you to share with you through this new service that we're offering, Mila Live. These sessions will be happening multiple times per week with different sessions per day. And we're going to cover off various topics from dishwashers to cooking to laundry, hoping to answer every question that you have. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui ont demandé pour des sessions en français, on travaille actuellement pour avoir des sessions pour les journées qui viennent. These sessions are live and interactive, so be sure to send in your questions. Many of you have actually already sent in your questions to us, and we'll try to answer them as best we can while we're actually here in front of the products. There may be some detailed questions that we won't be able to get to, but we'll be sure to answer those by sending you an email directly or actually providing the answers through the comment section. So what a great way to start off today. We're actually live from our Miele Experience Center here in Toronto. I have our product expert, Dean, here for our coffee machines, and what a great way to start off a beautiful day actually talking about coffee. So Dean, welcome.
Thanks very much, Kelly.
So I'm gonna have you start off with an exciting topic today of coffee.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy to be here to talk about our coffee machines and our coffee beans. Thank you everyone for joining us online today. This is going to be hopefully a really interesting, informative session for you about a topic that we all love, coffee. Especially at a time like this when many of us are practicing social distancing and spending a lot of time in our homes and have perhaps the opportunity to spend a bit more quality time with members of our immediate family in our home. I think it's a perfect time to explore all of the benefits and amazing qualities that come from our Mila coffee machines. So in today's session, I'm going to walk through our lineup of countertop coffee machines. So all of the machines that we're going to be discussing today can be plugged into a standard 120 volt power electrical outlet in your kitchen. So they're very easy to hook up and very easy to use. All you really require is just a little bit of counter space. So to start off, I'm going to start at our opening model, and I will work our way up, and I'll explain some of the amazing features you get as you move from model to model. So our opening price model here, this is the CM5300, and this model is a model that you're going to be able to make all of your favorite coffee drinks at home, whether it be a cup of coffee, an espresso, a cappuccino, cafe macchiato, you're going to be able to make it with this machine. And there's some really great features about this. But I think if I just take a step back for a second and just talk about the quality, as with all Miele products, a lot of quality and thought has gone into our machines. These are German engineered machines. They're all manufactured in Switzerland, and they're all designed and rigorously tested to last the equivalent of 20 years of use in your home. So this is really an investment in your enjoyment of coffee in your home, and it's going to last you for many years. And what we're most proud of is how it will help you make the absolute perfect coffee in your home. So a little bit more about this machine and what really makes it special. So with the CM5300, this machine, it has here a water tank on the side. This has capacity for 1.3 liters of water. That's going to be enough capacity in order to produce up to 8 servings of coffee beverages. Also on the side here, this is where you will be able to access the brew unit. So I'm just going to take this out just to show everyone what it looks like. So it's very easy to come out. This is something that you're able to easily just wash, rinse under your kitchen sink, so very easy to access. Up on the top here is where you're going to be able to put whole coffee beans. So the incredible thing about our machines is that you're going to be able to purchase whole beans, and for every single serving, the machine is going to grind those beans perfectly just for your serving. So you're going to be able to consume very, very fresh ground coffee every time. Also, if perhaps you have some coffee grounds in your home that's already been grinded, what you're able to do is put ground coffee beans into this chute. And so what you would do here is you put 1 scoop of coffee, ground coffee into there for each serving. The machine is pretty intelligent. It's going to recognize if you do have ground coffee in the chute, and it's going to ask you, do you want the beverage prepared from the beans or from the ground coffee? So
that's perfect, team, because Tony D already had the question. So Tony D out there, I hope we've answered your question about whether you can use ground coffee instead of the beans. So we definitely have an option for you to use the ground coffee. The only thing to note is it would be on a single-use basis for the ground coffee. So every time you would just need to put a scoop of the ground coffee in there. And I know it's perfect for if you're having guests over, you have a couple of people that want decaf or flavored coffee. It gives you that option to put
for
that in.
sure, yeah. And these machines are really designed to be able to really customize all the different parameters of how you prepare the drink to meet your specifications. So just to go over some of those parameters, if I turn the machine on, it's going to go through a preheating mode here that just takes a couple of moments, so it's already finished preheating. And what you'll find here is that if I press on this menu here and I go down to parameters, first thing that you'll notice, as I was mentioning, you can make many different types of drinks. So specifically, which drinks can our machines make? Well, you can make an espresso, you can make a coffee, a cappuccino, latte macchiato, ristretto, coffee americano, cafe latte, hot milk, and milk froth. So hopefully, with that list, hopefully I've named off all of your favorite coffee beverages. So if I were to choose one, so let's say I want to make an espresso today. So in here, I'm able to select very specific parameters. So I'm able to determine exactly the portion size, so how much volume of espresso I would like. I'm able to choose how much coffee I want the machine to grind for my beverage. I'm able to adjust the temperature. I'm also able to decide whether I want the machine to pre-brew or not. And if I do choose for it to pre-brew, I can choose whether I want to have a long or a short pre-brew. What the pre-brew will do is the longer it pre-brews, the more intense the flavor profile will be of your coffee beverage.
I think that's a great feature to have, especially with different people in the household that want different strengths of coffee, temperature of coffee. Now, Dean, I'm not sure in this specific model, but with a family with multiple households, do I have to set that every time?
So that actually leads really into what we offer in our other lineup. So this is the CM5300. It has a regular price online of $14.99. And if you were to step up, Kelly, to our CM6150, this model, what's special about this one is you're actually able to set up unique user profiles. You're able to set up to 4 profiles in this machine. So that means that if you have 4 different coffee drinkers in your household, each person is going to be able to have their own specific profile where they have been able to set all those parameters we were just talking about specifically to their preference. And not only are they going to be able to do it for their preference, they're going to be able to do it under their profile for every type of drink. So they can, under each profile, you can have different parameters for an espresso versus a cappuccino. So tremendous amount of programming is available in these, and at the end of the day, what Mila is doing with the design of these machines is making it very, very convenient. These are super automatic machines. So these are intended to make making the perfect cup of coffee very, very simple and very easy for you at home.
Now, Dean, I notice obviously between the CM5 and CM6 model that we're looking at right now, there's a bit of a size difference too between the two.
There is, yeah. There's a slight difference. You'll see this one is a little bit more narrow, the 5300. And they do get a little bit wider. Now, one of the benefits with going with one of the 6150s that we're looking at right here, or our top-of-the-line 6350, which I'll mention a few of the upgrades you get on this model, is that with it being a little bit wider, you're going to get more capacity. So, for example, you'll notice that this water container looks bigger. It's actually 500 milliliters bigger, so this is 1.8 milliliters, which just adds some convenience. That way you're not going to have to refill it quite as often. So moving up to our 6350, CM6350, this model here, the features you're going to get on this model that you don't get on the 6150 is you're going to notice that there's a hot water spout. So this is going to further expand the different options of beverages you can use this machine for. So now this is going to be great for hot chocolate, for tea. So really a great feature to have that hot water spout. Also, what you'll notice is the finishing is more premium. So you've got this more finished metal backing, backsplash on it. Also, there's LED lighting. So this one's going to stand out and look a little fancier on the countertop. Also, you've got here, I'm just going to show you also, this is where the beans go on this machine. There's a separate chute for the ground coffee as well here.
Right, which we talked about earlier. Now, do you know, I know when I drink my coffee, I like my cup a little bit warmed.
Yes.
I assume I can use the hot water to warm it. Is there another option for me to keep cups warm?
There is, and that's a great feature of our top-of-the-line one, Kelly. Right up on the top here where I have this saucer, this is an active cup warmer. So it's actually going to be actively heating your cups, and that's really a secret to making the right perfect coffee is making sure that the cup is warmed to receive the coffee.
So I also noticed on that one over there, we obviously have the milk flask. We're not showing anywhere else. So maybe you could talk a little bit about kind of the advantages of the milk flask and obviously making the drinks and
For sure.
options there.
So all of these machines are capable of making milk-based beverages, whether it be a latte or a cappuccino. Now what you'll be able to do is on these machines, it comes with this milk pipe. It's basically a hose, and what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to connect it to the machine, and it will then go into your milk container. So whether it's a carton of milk, whether it's your own flask, you'll be able to then draw the milk into the machine through this hose. With the top-of-the-line CM6350, it actually comes in the box with a Mila insulated milk flask. So the benefit to this is if you are entertaining in your home and you want to have the milk out in the flask just for easy convenience and perhaps for guests to be able to help themselves, it is insulated so your milk will stay cool. Now, speaking about the milk, what we recommend is that you only use dairy milk, cow's milk. We recommend 1% for best results. And it's really just because of the mechanical functioning of the machine. It's designed for cow's milk.
And I think that's we have a viewer out there, Leo, who asked the question exactly. One part of the question was about the milk aspect. So Leo, hopefully we answered that question. And then you have another question about beans, which we'll get to in a minute to answer that question.
Great.
Dean, can we talk a little bit about a lot of our customers and a lot of people that have coffee machines out there, it's about maintenance.
Right.
I also know that a lot of aspects of our machine in different parts is dishwasher safe, and some are not dishwasher safe. Maybe you want to talk a bit about that.
Sure. So in addition to putting a lot of thought into how our machines can make the perfect cup of coffee, we've also put a lot of thought into making this very easy and the maintenance of the machine as well. So if I were to pull out here, this is our drip tray, and comes with a couple different pieces. If I take off the front of the machine, essentially the drip tray is comprised of 3 different pieces. So you have your coffee capsule bin. So this is where after each serving, it's going to drop the used puck of coffee grounds into here. This is dishwasher safe, so you can throw this in the dishwasher. In addition, this is the drip tray. So this is where when the machine rinses, or perhaps if any water were to drop down and not into the cup, it's going to be collected into this drip tray. This drip tray is also dishwasher friendly. You'll notice there's actually, in case you forget, there's a little dishwasher friendly sign on here. And it just has a little bit of a lid here, so both pieces just easily into the dishwasher.
And I think just looking at that, now that you have the drip tray out, Dean, if we can show the viewers at home too, is the design around covering the drip tray, and there's a little area where it's really easy to dump off in the sink. People don't worry about spilling and carrying water from the coffee machine to the sink. That's a great little design detail, I think.
Absolutely, and I think it just really shows all the small details that Mila has thought about when they designed this. So this is what Kelly was referring to in the corner here. It's basically a cut-off triangle, and so you would just carry this over to your sink, and you just dump it out from the corner there. So very, very easy, and with this lid, you don't have to worry about spilling any liquid as you move it over to your sink.
So since we're on the topic of cleaning, Dean, we actually have a question from a viewer out there, Diana. Diana asked the question, how often does the machine need to be cleaned?
So first off, I think I'll just back up for 1 second and talk a little bit about the cleaning. So the maintenance on these machines is very, very easy. So the maintenance is actually very automated. There's 3 different consumables that you will require in order to maintain your machine properly. So the 3 things that you're going to need to have, and you receive a starter amount of each of these 3 when you purchase the machine in the box. But then going forward on Mila.ca, we sell all of these products I'm going to go over. So the first one is descaling tablets. So the machine is going to prompt you. It's going to know when the machine needs to be descaled. And in terms of how often that is, that's really going to depend on the hardness of the water in the community that you live in. So it's hard to answer that exactly, but the good thing is the machine, in those settings, you're able to determine and specify the water hardness in your city. So based on that, and the machine will then let you know, these are the descaling tablets you'll need to use.
And usage, I assume, is how often, if,
Yes.
if a family's making 10 cups a day versus somebody that's making 1 cup a day, it'll vary
For sure,
as well.
yeah, that will definitely impact how often. But very easy, and not only does it prompt you when it needs to be done, but it actually walks you through step by step what to do in order to descale the machine. Also, there's going to be some cleaning tabs. This is to basically degrease the brew unit that we were showing on the side here. Again, it's going to prompt you when this needs to be done. It's every 200 cups of coffee is when you're going to want to use one of these cleaning tabs. And if you make milk-based beverages, then you're going to need to clean this milk pipework. And it's really partly just a hygienic food safety reason, as well as because it is a fairly thin tube, it's important to make sure that it's nice and clear in order to be able to draw up the milk effectively. So there's milk pipework cleaner that will come in the box and that you're able to purchase separately. And those are the 3 consumables that you need to properly maintain your machine. And I would really, I want to stress the importance of properly maintaining the machine since it is producing something that you're going to be drinking.
Yeah, but I think like any other machine in the house, there's maintenance, whether it's even your car that needs to tune up. Your coffee machine needs to be maintained to get the best performance.
Exactly, yeah.
Out of it.
And I really do find that when you start to use it, and that first time when it prompts you to maintain it and do something with the descaling tablets or the milk pipework cleaner, I think once you go through the steps, you're going to actually find it to be very simple and very straightforward.
So also, as Dean mentioned, these products are available on Miele.ca. Right now we actually have, again, as many of you are at home, we want to make it as easy as for you as possible. So we have free shipping on any order on Miele.ca right now, and we have a 10% off in regards to the Care Collection products itself.
Yes. So those are some of the promotions we've got going, Kelly. Also, specifically for our viewers today who are watching this episode, live, for the next hour, we're actually going to offer you a very special discount. So we have some promo codes here. So the first one, promo code is Mila Live Coffee. And this is going to allow you to get a 15% discount on the purchase of coffee beans from Mila, which we're going to talk about next. And also there's a promo code Mila Live Coffee, which is going to provide you with an extra $100 discount off of the purchase of any of our coffee machines.
And there's already existing promotions on those machines, so this $100 is exclusively for you out there right now that are joining us on this live stream. So up until 2:30, that promo code will be valid. So a great time to buy, and again, we have free shipping on everything right now.
That's right.
So why don't we head over and talk a little bit, Dean, about the coffee bean, since you mentioned that, because that's something new for Mila.
Sure.
And maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Okay. So over the past year, Mila has launched in Canada our own line of coffee beans. And these beans are organic, they're Fairtrade coffee beans, and we've partnered with a very long-standing, reputable private roaster in Germany to roast our beans. And we offer them in 4 different varieties. So I just wanted to kind of go over what we have available. So we have here one called One for All. This is going to be a full-bodied flavored coffee bean, and it's really going to be one that will appeal to a lot of people. For those that perhaps like a bit of a lighter taste profile, we have Cafe Crema, so this is another option. These bags, they're 250-gram bags. We also offer a bean that is specifically intended for espresso drinkers. So this is the espresso. And finally, for those that prefer to drink decaf, we also have a decaf whole bean available as well. So 4 different options. They've been selected, they've been roasted, and brought to market specifically to work best with our machines. So by all means, you're able to use any bean that you would like, but these are the ones that we recommend. The only thing I would mention, if you're going to be using your own bean, it is important that you don't use a bean that is coated or flavored, so not like a hazelnut bean. The reason is that flavored beans have a sugary coating on them,
Right.
Which is not good for the grinder.
So one other thing about beans, and there are many good beans out in the marketplace. We can talk in a minute about why Mila took this approach. If I can grab one bag
Sure.
from you, Dean. We're also practicing social distancing, so it's not, I'm not helping Dean out here. But one thing you'll notice with the Mila beans is the information that we actually provide you in regards to the beans. So unlike other things that you may buy in the supermarket, where you have a list of ingredients and all this information that may not be a good thing because of all the things in there, when you're looking at coffee, so whether it's Mila coffee or next time you have a chance to look at a bag of coffee, the more information that's provided to you, the better the bean actually is. So that's just a little tip as you actually go look for different coffee bean types out there. Again, the more information that the manufacturer provides you in regards to coffee beans, the better it actually is. So Dean, maybe just quickly a little bit is, why did we, Mila, take this approach to actually produce our own coffee beans?
Mm-hmm. So for many years, we have been in the business of making coffee machines. Today, we're discussing our Countertop coffee machines. Hopefully, you'll join us on Friday. We've got a session to talk about our built-in machines.
Yep.
But it was an extension of, it's our constant pursuit in terms of being able to provide the user, yourselves at home, the ultimate experience with our products, and making sure that whatever you are working with, whatever product it is, that the outcome is absolutely perfect. And in terms of preparing coffee, there's certain things that are really essential to producing the best quality, most perfect coffee. One of them being, of course, the bean. So our beans have been very carefully sourced. Also, the roasting method, and that's why we've partnered with such a reputable German private roaster. But of course, the machine itself also has a lot of influence over the preparation of the
Absolutely.
coffee. So that's why we've now been able to offer a complete solution in terms of the bean and the machine.
Perfect. So we have a question from another viewer, Nelson. So obviously the topic of beans is a very popular topic, and in the marketplace right now there are options of, which is also very popular, is pods. So not necessarily that one's better than the other, but Dean, what would you say as far as differences between a bean-based machine and a pod-based machine?
Sure. So certainly the machines that are in the market that take a pod have become quite popular. And I think the reason why they've become popular is around how convenient they are in terms of being able to make coffee. Now, the wonderful thing about our machines is I think it's sort of the best of both worlds. This is a super automatic machine with very minimal work needed on your part to make coffee. In fact, it is as simple as pressing a button in order to produce the coffee. So we've made a machine that takes a whole bean, grinds it, and prepares the coffee very, very simple. So now you're going to be able to still have the same level of convenience using whole beans. And of course, there's going to be great advantages to being able to use a fresh coffee bean versus a pod or a capsule.
Okay. So maybe can we maybe try to start that one again? Because
Sure.
I need a pick-me-up right now. It's, but I think Dean talked about a lot of great features in the machine that go beyond just the coffee. We have the hot water for tea in the family. I know my girls love to use the steam and froth milk to make hot chocolate. You just put hot chocolate there, and I think that's great. In upcoming sessions next week, so be sure again to look out for the schedule, we may even introduce some cooking recipes using the coffee beans themselves and what we can actually do there. So I know there are different options. I'd love a drink, Dean, if we could.
Okay. I know that you're a latte macchiato
Absolutely.
fan, so perhaps we'll make one of those for you.
That'd be great.
So just to show you how easy this is, it's really a one-touch thing. So I just select my drink, and up here you've got 4 different icons for the most popular drinks that people like to make. So we've got one here for an espresso, we've got a coffee one, an icon for cappuccino, and for Kelly, I'm going to select this icon here, which is for the latte macchiato. Press that. So what we can hear right now is the bean is being ground, and it's being compressed into a puck, and the machine is preheating right now the water. And now the machine is about to start to draw up the milk. And now we're dispensing the milk. You can see it's nice and hot, lots of steam coming off.
Yep.
It's now frothing. And the machine's walking us through all the different steps as it's preparing the drink.
That's great.
If at any time, if you need to stop, you're able to press OK, and that would stop the drink.
So Dean, as it's finishing up its drink, and as we only have a couple minutes left, maybe you can talk about the different color options in some cases that the customer would actually have, because I know here we're showing our graphite gray,
Right.
which is right now a very popular customer. Our customers love this color. But what else do they have an option for color-wise?
Sure. So our CM5300, as you see it here, it comes in graphite gray. When you move up to the CM6150, you actually have a choice of 2 different colors. So what we're looking at right now, this is the graphite gray. It's also available in black as well, so you have a choice there. And you also have the same choice with the CM6350. So this one you're looking at right now is also the gray. It comes in the black as well.
Okay.
Just to remind everyone about the promotions. So we've got $300 off the CM6150 gray, as you see it here. Plus, you're going to get 8 bags of coffee for free. Plus, if you order in the next hour, it's an extra $100 off. The CM6350 in black is available at $400 off, plus an extra $100 if you purchase in the next hour, and you're also going to get the 8 free coffee beans.
Wow.
Or bags of coffee beans.
That drink looks great.
So there it is, and it's a beautiful drink.
I'll grab that in a minute. So we're going to try to wrap up. We have one last question before we wrap up today from Frank Miller. So Frank, your question is, if I need service for this machine, and we assume you're asking about the freestanding coffee, not our built-in coffee, where would they go, Dean?
So for the best way is to contact Mila directly. So our contact center is open. We're here for you. So if you go to Miele.ca and click on Contact Us, you'll be able to find our phone number, and please give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you with any service that you'll need on your machine.
So I think, as Dean said, I think that's important to note again. We're very happy that you are safe at home with your family in these times, but we want to be here to serve you. So in addition to Miele Live that we've just introduced, we also have introduced a service where you can actually book a personal product consultation by telephone with one of our product specialists. You can find that link on Miele.ca. We're available in French and English for that personal telephone consultation. And any specific questions you have, we're more than happy to answer there. You can buy online with us at Miele.ca as well. You can also place the order, if you don't have access online, you can also place the order via telephone after one of our product consultations with our product specialist. We have Miele Live that's going to continue throughout this week into next week and after that with different sessions, to make sure that you tune in and see what different sessions, and we'll hopefully try to answer again as many questions as you have for us. But again, maybe Dean, just to wrap up one more time, the promos that we have available in the next till 2:30 right now.
Sure. So it's an extra $100 off any of our coffee countertop machines, above and beyond the promotions that you see on Miele.ca today. In addition, we've got 2 promo codes. So we have Miele Live Coffee. This is going to give you that extra $100. And we've got Miele Live Beans as another promo code. This is 15% off of our coffee beans.
And that's free shipping on all of that. In addition to that, as an added bonus, if you go on Miele.ca as well, we've introduced a Miele e-gift card that you can purchase at any time to share with your friends and family. It's an easy gift to be able to share with them, and you can send that virtually to them as well. So on behalf of Dean and the team here at Miele that's still servicing you across the country in Canada, we wish you be safe. In Toronto, it's a beautiful day here, so enjoy your day, and hopefully you'll sign on to see us again at our next live stream session. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.